Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with SBR NHL handicapper Dana Lane. We're going to take a look at the Saturday, April 9th NHL card. Dana Lane, thanks for being with us. We had 15 games on the card today. 2 of them are already off. We'll take a look at the other 13 games. All right, let's start right in with Pitt and Philly. In our preview yesterday, we already discussed this game. I suggested this might be a spot to play on Philly, despite how white hot, purple hot, whatever hot Pittsburgh has been recently. But Philly, they lost to terrible Toronto as a huge favorite, and now they're a favorite against Pittsburgh, who's been doing nothing but winning recently. So I'm not exactly sure if I'd actually want to do that. What do you think, Dana?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a shot like we talked about yesterday. I'll take a shot with the Flyers. You're getting a good number at minus $1.20. They still control their own destiny, but they do have to beat Pittsburgh and the Islanders, and they're 19-7 in their last 26 games after having off of 1 day's rest. So I'm comfortable with the Flyers.
Okay, and then Anaheim at Colorado. This is a play that I'm thinking about betting myself. Colorado as a big home dog. If the LA Kings win, then Anaheim's seed is locked in anyway, and the Kings probably will win. I'm thinking that, even though Colorado's been losing a lot recently, at this line, plus 150, Colorado's worth a shot, right?
Yeah, we're certainly so. I can see where you're coming from on that. We're going to look to the total on this. It opened at 5.5. We like the over at that point. It's now down to 5. We certainly like it at that point, minus $1.33. Colorado's allowed at least 4 goals in their last 4 games, and we think Anaheim's going to break out offensively.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I like that one. And then Tampa Bay at Montreal. Tampa Bay, pretty injury depleted. Montreal is out of the playoffs. Tampa Bay looking ahead to the playoffs. Maybe we take a small shot with Montreal. Yeah, as good as Tampa Bay is, line right now anywhere from minus 105 to minus 110.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. Last game at the Bell Center, Montreal kind of wants to put a bow on a horrific season. And Habs, after their huge 9-0 start, they've won 28 games. 3 of those have come against Tampa Bay. So I'm extremely comfortable with Montreal.
Okay, sounds good. And then Corey Crawford returns to goal for Chicago, right? Chicago, of course, looking ahead to the playoffs. We maybe want to take a shot with the under here, or the first period under. Chicago's at Columbus.
Yeah, I like Chicago in this spot. I'm not a huge fan of going with the money. It opened at minus $1.30, and it's up to 44.45 in some spots. But certainly it's Chicago on that side or nothing. I mean, this is a time a team that's won 3 cups in 6 years should shine. So let's go with Chicago on this one.
Okay, sounds good. Chicago at about minus 145 to 150. And then here's a play that I'm thinking about betting, another big underdog, Buffalo at the Islanders. The Islanders, focusing on the playoffs. They are getting hit with injuries, though. And Buffalo, as a huge underdog, recently beat the Rangers on the road. So Buffalo clearly can be a live dog at this point in the year against these kinds of teams. Buffalo plus 183 is the highest line that you can get right now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you're right. You hit that right on the head, Pete. I mean, 7 key injuries for the Islanders right now. Anders Lee is the latest one with a broken fibula. We're going to go with the first period under minus 20, down from 25.
Okay, sounds good. You don't like Buffalo as a big dog there, taking a bite with that?
I would never put my money behind Buffalo.
Okay, and then let's talk about Washington, St. Louis. In our video yesterday, we already touched on this one, thinking about taking a shot with St. Louis here. Washington, 3 straight losses after they clinched the President's Trophy. They have not been doing well, and St. Louis definitely been winning recently. They're off the win at Chicago. It's kind of a healthy line, though, around minus 150, considering how good Washington is, but maybe it's worth it. What do you think?
Well, I mean, on paper, look at Holtby and Elliott. That looks like an under, and if you're going to go in that direction, you're getting plus 110. The Caps look extremely lethargic, and if this is going to be, if any game since they claimed the President's Trophy is going to be reminiscent of the old Washington Capitals, you would think it would be this one. I think it's going to be a tougher game. The bettors are on the over on this, but we'll take the plus money on the under.
Okay, sounds good. And then an interesting game where I am thinking about taking the favorite. You always want to be careful about taking these big favorites in the NHL. But we have Nashville at Dallas. Nashville, of course, locked into the 7th seed. And here, a win for Dallas, and they win the division title. It's a big line, but not that big. The biggest line that I'm seeing, minus 170 market wide. What do you think about Dallas at minus 165 or 170?
We're going to go again and knock it down to a first period line. You're getting 1.5 over minus $1.05. That's down from $1.15. Dallas has won 8 of their last 10 games, and they've outscored their opponents 35-20 in that stretch. And they do expect Jason Spezza back, so they'll get their 5th leading goal scorer on the team back. And they combined for 7 goals last time these two teams played. So we're going to look to the over in the first period minus $1.05.
Okay, sounds good. And then let's talk about Winnipeg, LA Kings. This is an interesting matchup. This is also one maybe you'll be looking to the total instead of the side because the side is tricky. The Kings win and they clinch the Pacific Division title, right? But, the Winnipeg has coming off 2 straight road wins as a huge dog. And the last time these two teams met, Winnipeg got a big win. They won 4-1 as a plus 145 home dog. So clearly Winnipeg is a dangerous underdog here of about plus 200. What do you think?
Yeah, certainly so. And just a quick note on that. I mean, every time I watch Winnipeg, their play does not reflect their record. They were just as fast as the Anaheim Ducks the other night. But as far as the totals are concerned in this game, we're going to take the 5 under plus 110. I think the Kings will get an early lead and then lock this game down. And Pavlik's been pretty solid against the Kings in his career.
All right, sounds good. Well, everyone should listen to what Dana Lane has to say. What's your record? 16-5 in your last 21 with us. What is it?
Yes, sir. 16-5 in the last 21 selections.
All right. Well, you've given us a lot of great insights into games I've asked you about. Is there anything else you have to say about any of the games we didn't touch on? Arizona, San Jose, Edmonton, Vancouver. That's an interesting one. Carolina, Florida. Anything about the games that we didn't touch on?
Well, we are going to side with Vancouver minus $1.10 in the first period. The Oilers are obviously focused on the first overall pick, and then Carolina and Florida we like the 5 over minus 30.
Okay, Dana Lane, thanks so much.